Russia's aviation industry is once again searching for answers to a growing commercial aviation crisis by looking back at one of its most iconic Soviet-era aircraft. Amid fleet shortages and sanctions pressure, discussions have revived the idea of converting the Ilyushin Il-76 military transport aircraft into a modern passenger airliner to maintain aviation connectivity across Russia. What once sounded like a strange Cold War experiment is now being viewed as a practical response to a rapidly changing geopolitical and industrial environment. And honestly, a few years ago, most people would probably have laughed at the idea of passengers boarding what many still think of as a flying cargo truck. For decades, Russia's civilian aviation sector depended heavily on Western aircraft. Airlines across the country built their fleets around Boeing and Airbus narrow-body and wide-body jets. Aircraft like the Boeing 737, Boeing 777, Airbus A320, and Airbus A330 became the backbone of both domestic and international operations. But sanctions introduced after the escalation of the Ukraine conflict fundamentally changed the picture. Spare parts, software support, maintenance services, and engine components became increasingly difficult to obtain. Russian carriers suddenly found themselves relying on parallel imports, component cannibalization, and domestic engineering workarounds just to keep aging fleets flying. Although those measures temporarily stabilized the sector, Russian aviation planners increasingly acknowledge that the current situation cannot continue forever. Many Western-built aircraft in Russian service are approaching maintenance and overhaul cycles that could become unsustainable in the years ahead. Russian officials and aerospace executives have repeatedly warned about a coming fleet contraction problem expected by the end of this decade. Altitude Addicts has noticed that Russian aviation discussions are now shifting away from temporary survival measures and toward long-term restructuring. The issue is not simply replacing aircraft one for one. Russia's domestically produced successors, including the Sukhoi Superjet 100 and the Irkut MC-21, are still ramping up certification and production. They are not direct replacements for every category of Western aircraft currently operating in Russia. The country still lacks a major domestically produced wide-body passenger aircraft capable of supporting demanding long-range operations and harsh regional conditions. And that is where things start getting really interesting. That strategic gap is exactly where the Il-76 re-enters the picture. The Ilyushin Design Bureau has reportedly revived concepts for a civilian passenger adaptation of the Il-76 platform, with the modernized Ilyushin Il-76MD-90A serving as the technological foundation. The idea itself is not entirely new. Soviet aerospace engineers explored passenger variants of the aircraft decades ago. In fact, design studies from the late 1960s envisioned a large passenger version capable of carrying around 250 passengers. One of the more ambitious Soviet concepts proposed a two-deck layout with integrated boarding stairways that would allow the aircraft to operate independently at remote airports with limited infrastructure. Designers planned a very unusual arrangement in which baggage and passengers would be separated longitudinally inside the fuselage rather than side to side like traditional aircraft. The objective was to reduce turnaround times and improve efficiency on vast Soviet domestic routes stretching across enormous distances. It sounds futuristic and strangely old school at the same time. Like something pulled from a retro aviation magazine nobody expected to become relevant again. Ultimately, those ideas never entered serial production. The collapse of the Soviet Union completely reshaped aviation economics. During the 1990s and early 2000s, the Russian market was flooded with inexpensive second-hand Western jets, making ambitious domestic passenger aircraft projects commercially unattractive. Airlines preferred acquiring used Boeings and Airbuses rather than developing entirely new large civilian aircraft programs. But now, the environment has changed dramatically, and the Il-76 is being reconsidered through a completely different lens. The modern Il-76MD-90A is far more advanced than earlier Soviet-era versions. It features upgraded Aviat-Vigital PS-90A-76 engines, improved avionics, a digital glass cockpit, and structural modernization designed to improve efficiency and extend operational life. Russian aerospace officials argue that these upgrades make the aircraft significantly more practical as a civilian derivative than earlier variants. At first glance, converting a military transport aircraft into a passenger airliner sounds unconventional. But aviation history includes many examples where military platforms influence successful civilian designs. The Il-76 becomes particularly interesting because many of its military characteristics may actually work in Russia's favor. The aircraft was originally engineered to operate in difficult and rugged environments. Unlike conventional passenger jets optimized for major airports with pristine runways, the Il-76 was designed for rough operations. Its reinforced landing gear, powerful engines, and high-mounted wing allow it to use shorter and less developed airstrips. That capability could become strategically valuable in regions like Siberia, the Arctic North, and the Russian Far East. And really, Russia's geography changes the entire conversation here. Russia's vast internal geography creates enormous transportation challenges. Seasonal weather, poor airport infrastructure, and extreme distances make conventional airline economics difficult on many routes. A passenger, Il-76, could theoretically combine passenger and cargo duties while operating routes that standard commercial aircraft cannot economically serve. Another major advantage is the aircraft's enormous fuselage. The Il-76 was originally designed with a huge cargo hold capable of carrying armored vehicles, military equipment, and heavy logistics loads. Russian designers believe transforming this space into a civilian layout could create highly flexible cabin configurations. Depending on the design, the aircraft could reportedly carry anywhere between 150 and 250 passengers. That places it closer to older mid-sized wide-body aircraft like the Boeing 767. Discussions are also taking place around premium charter applications. Some analysts believe the aircraft's large internal volume could make luxury or mixed-class layouts attractive for long domestic routes, Arctic tourism, energy sector transport, and government operations. Altitude Addicts has observed that Russian aerospace commentary increasingly frames the Il-76 not merely as a transport aircraft, but as a flexible national aviation platform. Speed is another factor people often overlook. Despite its military transport role, the Il-76 cruises at approximately 800 to 850 kilometers per hour, which is comparable to many traditional passenger jets. That means it could fit into standard airline schedules without major timing penalties. Of course, the proposal also faces major criticism and serious technical challenges. Fuel efficiency remains one of the largest concerns. Earlier versions of the Il-76 were notorious for high fuel consumption. Soviet aviation philosophy historically prioritized ruggedness and capability over operating efficiency. Critics argue that even with upgraded engines, a passenger Il-76 could struggle economically against purpose-built modern airliners. Russian officials counter that the newer PS-90A-76 engines are considerably more efficient than the older D-30KP engines. They also emphasize another key factor: sanctions resilience. A domestically built aircraft using Russian-made components reduces reliance on foreign leasing companies, Western suppliers, and overseas maintenance providers. That argument has become increasingly important as Russian airlines face the possibility of aircraft seizures abroad and difficulties obtaining Western-certified spare parts. Even if a fully Russian-built aircraft appears less efficient on paper, it offers political and operational security that imported aircraft may no longer guarantee. It's a bit of a brutal trade-off, honestly. Efficiency versus independence. Passenger comfort remains another major concern. The Il-76 was never designed as a quiet civilian aircraft. Skeptics worry that any passenger version could still feel more like a cargo aircraft than a modern airliner. Russian aerospace engineers insist those concerns can be addressed through extensive cabin redesigns. Proposed concepts include advanced sound insulation, redesigned interiors, modern storage compartments, upgraded lavatories, and improved environmental control systems. Still, matching the comfort levels of aircraft like the Airbus A350 would remain difficult. And yes, there is probably no realistic scenario where this thing becomes as quiet as a next-generation Western long-haul jet. Yet Russian aviation planners increasingly appear willing to accept compromises if it guarantees long-term operational independence. The significance of the Il-76 passenger revival extends far beyond aviation itself. It reflects a much larger transformation unfolding across Russian industry. Since sanctions intensified, Moscow has accelerated efforts to reduce dependence on Western suppliers across aerospace, automotive manufacturing, semiconductors, and shipbuilding. Civil aviation has emerged as one of the most visible fronts in this broader economic restructuring effort. Russia is no longer simply trying to replace imported aircraft. It is attempting to rebuild an entire domestic aviation ecosystem capable of surviving under long-term geopolitical pressure. In many ways, the Il-76 perfectly symbolizes that strategy. Rather than waiting years for a completely new clean-sheet wide-body passenger aircraft program, Russia may choose to adapt an already proven military platform for civilian use. It is quicker, less risky, and more pragmatic, even if imperfect. Altitude Addicts believes this may ultimately become one of the defining themes of Russia's aviation sector over the next decade. There is also a psychological and symbolic dimension to the project. The Il-76 remains one of the most recognizable aircraft ever produced by the Soviet and Russian aerospace industries. For decades, it has served in military operations, humanitarian missions, disaster relief, and strategic transport roles across the world. Reimagining it as a passenger aircraft taps into a broader narrative of Soviet-era engineering resilience being repurposed for a new era of economic isolation. Russian media increasingly portrays the initiative not as nostalgia, but as necessity. Reports suggest that continued state support could lead to prototypes or conceptual studies progressing within the next several years. Whether the aircraft eventually reaches mass production remains uncertain. Certifying a passenger variant, redesigning cabin systems, and ensuring long-term economic viability would involve enormous engineering complexity. Nevertheless, the renewed attention surrounding the concept reveals the direction Russian aviation is moving toward. The country is preparing for a future in which access to Western aircraft and aerospace systems could remain restricted for many years or even decades. And if that future fully arrives, passengers traveling on domestic Russian routes by the late 2020s or early 2030s may once again hear boarding announcements for the Il-76. A name once associated mainly with military airfields and Soviet cargo operations could return in an entirely different role, carrying civilian passengers across the vast Russian landscape. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Please also take the channel membership to encourage us.